Let me ask you this. You had a tough summer. Uh, we saw the rise of ISIS, the outbreak of Ebola, trouble in the Ukraine, illegal immigrants coming across the border. Did you ever go back to the residence at night and say, are we ever going to get a break here?
We have had a busy 6 years.
Yeah. Bob Schieffer, welcome to Gimme 5. I want to point out some of the lunacy in the media. I love doing that, and I'm darn good at it, by the way. Bob Schieffer with the president. Do you ever get a break? I know he has it so rough, doesn't he? Poor Barack Obama. Do you ever get a break? No, I've never seen him, by the way, on the golf course. Maybe he should take up the game. Go play with Michael Jordan. Next.
Let me ask you about the Wisconsin economic record. Do you think it's something that translates nationally? But I got to show you, compared to the national average, when it comes to wage growth, it's below the national average. Wisconsin is. When it comes to job growth, it's below the national average. And your tax cut policy has created a larger deficit, $1.8 billion deficit hole that you're going to have to plug next year. And part of it is because revenues, state revenues, didn't come in as expected. Is it possible that the idea of cutting taxes as a way to create jobs and stimulate the economy just isn't working in Wisconsin?
All right. Now, I don't have time to give you Scott Walker's brilliant retorts to these false accusations, but I just want to show you the spin machine in action, like Bob Schieffer to the president. Do you ever get a break? And now here's Chuck Todd on Meet the Press going after Scott Walker, who just won his third election as governor of Wisconsin in 18 months. Third! No matter how much the media has tried to beat him down, no matter how much the rumors of impropriety, allegations have tried to beat him down, third in the liberal state of Wisconsin. So here's one more with that.
Now, one way you could potentially deal with your budget deficit is to accept Medicaid money via the health care law. And you made an interesting, I can't tell if you were taking a veiled shot at Ohio Governor John Kasich in an interview yesterday with the Wall Street Journal, but it was about, you basically were critical of him taking the money, which is going to make it a lot easier for him to balance his budget, and he's going to end up giving health insurance to a lot of people just above the poverty line. You don't want to do that. Do you have any second thought?
Yeah, again, great answer from Scott Walker. I just don't have time to go into it now. Believe me, he handled himself brilliantly in that interview. But here's Chuck Todd on the round table, the Meet the Press round table, with his brilliant insight.
Amy, this is 2 nuclear bombs, it sounds like to me. Is that a fair way to put it? That each side has potentially, and gridlock comes back like that?
Well, gridlock could come back like that. Look, I think the biggest challenge right now is intra-party rather than, you know, the Democrats versus the Republicans. I still think there is. Each side has to sort their own politics. Well, and I think it's right now much more within the Republican Party deciding who they want to be. I think that's exactly right. And knowing what they're up against in 2016, which is their own map problems in 2016. A lot of blue state Republicans up. Right. Can Mitch McConnell help protect them while also pushing an agenda?
2 nuclear bombs waiting to go off. And of course, the Republicans are in big trouble. You ever see the new map? How red it is? But they're in big trouble. It's the Republicans who really are in trouble. What happened to civility and no more loose talk after Gabby Giffords got shot? Remember that? They blamed it on the Republicans, on Rush Limbaugh, you name it. Now it's 2 nuclear bombs waiting to go off. Here's Donna Brazil.
Democrats have lost more than a dozen senators since President Obama took office, more than 5 dozen members of Congress. Don't have any of the big states except for New York and Pennsylvania's governors, barely controlling 30 state legislators. This is a hollowed-out party.
That's the map. It is a hollowed-out party. Thank you, George. But, George, keep in mind, the Republicans are in big trouble here. I mean, please. And here's Donna Brazil's commentary.
The president, who I believe could have been an asset for the party, many of our candidates ran against the president or ran away from his policies. And many of his policies proved popular even in red states like, again, raising the minimum wage. We found social issues that didn't resonate because voters wanted more than just social issues.
And what she means by that, social issues, war on women. Women are too smart. So take the war on women and lose it on the Steve Malzberg Show.